In this video, we will deal with different types of hazards. Hazard is any condition that increases the loss arising from a given peril. The first type of hazards is physical hazards. A physical hazard is a physical condition that increases the possibility of a loss. Physical hazards indicate those dangers of the subject matter of insurance which can be ascertained or identified by the mere inspection of risk. The hazards are apparent in the subject matter itself. The dangers are visible from the very nature, construction, and situation of the subject matter. Few examples of physical hazards are high exposure to sun, constant loud noise, and smoking. Physical hazards can further be classified into four main categories: marine insurance, fire insurance, accident insurance, and life insurance. We will discuss marine insurance in detail first. Marine hazards. Few examples of hazards in the domain of marine activities is the nature of cargo, whether these are more susceptible to damage, fragile nature of the cargo like fish, egg, etc., or glass items which are more prone to breakage. Quality of packaging. Bad quality packing creates more losses. Nature and age of vessel. The voyage itself may be hazardous, particularly during the monsoon period in our country. Next, we will look into fire insurance. Fire insurance. Few examples of hazards related to fire insurance are nature and construction of the building, materials used in the construction, and whether such materials are of combustible or non-combustible nature. The system of lighting and heating of the premises, whether the electrical wirings are in good shape or worn out. Indiscriminate smoking throughout the premises, particularly if it is a factory where inflammable materials are required to be kept, is in itself an example of a physical hazard. Nature of occupation of the premises. For example, if it is a petroleum or kerosene or chemical trade, the hazard will be more. Further, we will look into life insurance. Few examples of hazards under life insurance is age and condition of health of the proposer, the family history of any hereditary disease, history of any illness of the proposer, the occupation of the proposer, for example, publicans, factory workers, mine workers, etc., are more hazardous from life insurance point of view. Lastly, we will discuss about accident insurance. Common hazards under accident insurance is: in motor insurance, the age, make, condition, previous accidents are all examples of physical hazard. In burglary insurance, the construction of the house, condition of doors and windows, nature of contents, reputation are all examples of physical hazard. In personal accident insurance, physical hazard relates to age, occupation, health, physical condition of the proposer. In liability insurance, the natural construction, occupation of the premises, and history of past liability are all instances of physical hazard.
In economics, moral hazard occurs when an entity has an incentive to increase its exposure to risk because it does not bear the full costs of that risk. For example, when a corporation is insured, it may take on higher risk knowing that the insurance will pay the associated costs. A moral hazard may occur where the actions of the risk taking party change to the detriment of the cost bearing party after a financial transaction has taken place. It is the risk that one party of a transaction will engage in behavior that is undesirable from the other party's point of view. This can be shown from the following flowchart. For example, If managers or civil servants have a 100% job guarantee for life, they may alter their work incentives. If they are protected from making bad decisions, they have greater willingness to make self serving decisions or help out friends. J. Arrow argued that medical insurance companies may be reluctant to offer full insurance because doctors have an incentive to overprescribe treatment, even if risky and not return to work. Doctors will take on risky treatment because the cost is borne by others. In economic theory, moral hazard is a situation in which the behavior of one party may be changed to the detriment of another party after the transaction has taken place. For example, a person with insurance against automobile theft may be less cautious about locking their car because the negative consequences of vehicle theft are now the responsibility of the insurance company. A party makes a decision about how much risk to take, while another party bears the cost if things go badly, and the party insulated from the risk behaves in different a manner from how it would have if it was fully exposed to the risk. Moral hazard can occur under a type of information asymmetry where the risk taking party to a transaction knows more about its intentions than the party paying the consequences of the risk and has a tendency or incentive to take on too much risk from the perspective of the party with less information. An example of this is the principal agent problem, where one party called an agent acts on behalf of another party called the principal. If the agent has more information about his or her actions or intentions than the principal, then the agent may have an incentive to act too riskily if the interests of the agent and the principal are not aligned. Now we consider a numerical example. Consider a potential case of moral hazard in the health insurance market caused by the purchase of health insurance. Assume healthcare has constant marginal cost of $10 per unit and the individual's demand is given by Q is equal to 20 plus minus P. Assuming a perfectly competitive market at equilibrium, the price will be $10 per unit and the individual will consume 10 units of healthcare. Now consider the same individual with health insurance. Assume this health insurance makes health care free for the individual. In this case, the individual will have a price of $0 for the healthcare and thus will consume 20 units. The price will be $10, but the insurance company would be the one bearing the costs. This example is shown graphically on the right. The blue line represents the downward sloping marginal benefit curve. The orange line represents the constant marginal cost curve without insurance. The green star is the market equilibrium. When the individual is insured, the marginal cost shifts down to zero, leading to a new equilibrium at the yellow circle. This example shows numerically how moral hazard could occur with health insurance. The individual consumes more healthcare than the equilibrium quantity because they don't bear the additional care.
So now we'll talk about the third type of hazard, which is moral hazard. So moral hazard arises due to the lack of reasonable care taken by the insured. These are unintentional or careless acts committed by the insured. It is very important to note that in moral hazard, the hazardous act committed is completely unintentional. Let us now discuss a few real life examples to make sure that we clearly understand the concept of moral hazard. Let's take an imaginary example of Bob who has recently purchased a digital camera and has insured it. However, Bob is careless and does not handle the camera with care and has naturally developed an indifferent nature towards keeping the camera safe. In this case, Bob's indifferent nature is a moral hazard. He knows that he has insured, which means that the insurance company will compensate him for any loss to the camera. Hence, he does not really care about the camera's maintenance. Moral hazard in workplace. Moral hazard in workplace is a very common subject to discussion when we talk about moral hazards. So let us now take an example of a factory. Consider a food processing factory where the factory owner has insured the factory for all kinds of physical hazards. Knowing that the factory is insured to the physical hazards, over time the workers have unconsciously developed a careless attitude towards the machinery in the factory. as they know that they will be compensated in case of a damage to the machinery. This possesses moral hazard and increases the probability of an accident. We will now discuss about the difference between moral and moral hazard. Starting with the first one, moral hazard refers to behavioral changes that might occur and increase the risk of loss when a person knows that insurance will provide coverage. Whereas moral hazard describes the same kind of behavioral change that might occur when a person knows insurance will cover them, but in this case, it's subconscious. The second one is avoid the avoidable and I was careless. When a person can avoid the potential consequences of a risk, their actions and attitude change, then there is a greater likelihood of a moral hazard. Whereas in moral hazard, the person is highly unconscious and unaware of the mistakes that they are making. Moral hazard can also be avoided by making change in the attitude once the cause of the error is discovered. Now we will discuss about the third and the final difference between moral and moral hazard. Uh, we know that the critical difference in moral and moral hazard is conscious versus subconscious mistakes. In moral hazard, the insured is conscious of his or her attitude. For an example, someone who is speeding knows about the risks involved in speeding and still chooses to ride his or her vehicle at a high speed. Whereas, in case of moral hazard, the individual is not conscious of his indifferent nature, which might cause damage to the insured item. With this, we have come to the end of this presentation. On a concluding note, I would like to say that as humans, we are always surrounded by some or other kinds of hazards, be it physical hazard, moral hazard, or moral hazard. It is not always possible to identify these hazards in advance and act on them in advance, and hence we can also say that it is not possible to completely eliminate these hazards. But we can always adapt some careful measures and bring some positive change in our attitude, and we'll certainly be able to reduce such hazards. Thank you.